All right, got my little brother here asking for a link so he can show up in the session. Let's get Eric that link. Boom. All right. All right, so you ready to go, Josh?
Yep.
Okay. So, Josh, you go ahead. Tell them what we're going to do.
What are we doing? No kidding. Um, well, are we gonna do the worksheet? Are we gonna cover the worksheet and the open house marketing, or?
I was ready to jump right into the open house.
Okay,
So,
so
I
okay,
guess
cool.
there's a new.
All right. Well, so here's what we're gonna do. If you didn't notice already, on our regular blog, not the members area, the regular blog, we've been posting some cool open house stuff all week. And so what we want to do is we're gonna set up some more, just show you some more ways for you can get some paid traffic to promote an open house. And was that a good enough intro?
Yeah, I'll jump right into it. All right.
Okay.
So now that we're done stumbling around, here's an open house that an open house page I just created on Realbird for a local listing, and it's actually a new construction property. It's a complex, and they're open apparently every Wednesday, Saturday, Sundays. This is a friend of Josh's. So I actually created a quick Realbird page for this property. They're open today at 2, I believe. And the scenario here is what if they want to get quick attention for this property and they want to get people last minute to the open house. So say you have an open house Sunday and you want to get people to it, but it's Saturday afternoon. It's done no promotion. So what we're going to do here is just run through a few steps you can take, some best practices to expand on what we've been posting to the blog all week. So here's an example. Here's the Realbird page, realbird.com. All our members have are upgraded to the pro. If you're not, that's at meticulous.net/Realbird. And all I did was create a quick and dirty property page. I changed the background to black and made a tab in the more details part. Let me show you where that is. People are going to ask. If you do customized, I'm hitting the wrong thing. If you do customized design, that's where you can change your background color. What we want to go to is manage listing info, edit property info. And what I did was created a tab that is just for this open house. It's taking a second to load. Right here where it says add more info, you can put anything you want in the header of that tab. So that's what I did. And the reason that's critical is now that this page has its own URL that we can advertise. So the URL up here is actually going to send people directly to this tab. And what we can do is drive traffic straight to this tab to get attention for the open house. So that's good enough. You could do this for your single property page. You can create a blog post, right? You can do a quick post on your fan page if you want to drive traffic to your fan page about an open house. But what we want to stress is the how to get traffic to this page, and also how to make the best of this traffic. You'll notice that underneath, Josh, I posted the fan page for the complex, so that at the very least people have the opportunity to like the fan page.
Yeah, no, that's smart.
Yep, and we also grabbed the IDR code they have for the recorded info line, so if people want to use that. It's kind of in a rush before the session. Ideally, that would have been nice, bold, black or red, so people see a couple of different ways to get more engaged with the community. So you're not just wasting money driving the traffic. And if I clear my cookies here, because, boy, I sure hope clearing the cookies doesn't knock me off, Josh. Here, let's do this smarter. I'm worried it'll drop me off of go to meeting somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go here and open it in a new browser. And what we should see when we land on this page is a pop-up for another lead capture offer that Josh has out there. You have something about the save 53,000, I think, Josh,
Yeah, I think that's
on
what it
all
is.
your Realbird pages.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the. Let's give this a minute to load. Hopefully it pops up for us. I know it wasn't popping up just now because I had already seen the pop-up. in Firefox while I was creating the page. Any idea what you have that set to? Do you have that set to 5, 10, 15 seconds?
15, I think.
There we go. Okay, so it just popped up. So while the people are browsing, you've just spent money to get traffic to the page. They get this little lead capture offer. And this is just a get response form. We have a tutorial about this over on the get response page in the members area, which you can find under tools and utilities under get response. There's a quick tutorial about embedding pop-ups inside of RealBird pages. We'll show you how to get that done, where to put it. You could do, basically for all your listings, you can have a pop-up lead capture offer. So now that we're confident that our single property page stands a chance of converting visitors into leads, now we can get to the fun stuff, which is driving traffic to it. And that's what we've been doing on the blog. We did a few ideas. Josh did one yesterday specifically about running a Facebook ad. And we got some feedback. Josh, you got some emails. People wanted to know how to run the Facebook ad, right?
Yes.
Right. So before I want to get that first part out of the way, because you don't want to run the Facebook ad and waste money, right? So make sure your page is set up to convert. And now we're going to jump right in, and we're going to do two things actually. We're going to run a Facebook ad, and we're going to run a Google AdWords ad. Okay. To try to get a quick blitz of traffic, some attention for this post. At the very least, the seller of this property, your client's going to be happy you're trying something, and you're probably doing something that not a lot of other agents in your area are doing. So let's jump over to Facebook. Now that everybody can log into Josh's account. I was expecting you to just give me a hint.
Oh.
When I asked for the password.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking. Yeah, well.
Profile. I'm just going to go to...
While you're pulling that up, Julie's asking where the 800 number is from. That one is from a company called freedomvoice.com. I know that they're using them. I've used them. In fact, I think I still have an active account with them. Or, Ryan, what are some other good places for them?
There's one that I used a lot. It's called XCal. Let me just go to their site real quick. I don't think they do a lot of marketing, but I was really happy with the service. xcal-com.com. It's a weird URL called Excalibur. And their pricing was really reasonable, and they were easy to get set up with. It's sort of like a mom and pop shop. You always end up working with one or two people, who kind of run the place. So check that out too. It's actually got really good features, despite looks like the website's a little outdated and stuff. It's a good service.
Cool.
Okay, so what I'm doing now is I went to Facebook. I guess everybody can see what Josh has been advertising. I clicked ads on the left side. There's also advertising link down at the bottom. You need to set up your advertising account. Once you've gone through anything, if they get a credit card from you, I forget what they do because you only set it up once. They get a credit card from you, your name. Click create an ad. Okay, and we want a totally new ad, right, Josh? This is trying to grab some of the
I don't know why it's doing that.
You
want to do destination external URL, I believe. Yeah, there you go.
Yep, so from the top, I picked external URL. And what I'm pasting in here is the URL for that tab, right? The one we had in our open house over here. So that instead of going to the main home page for this property listing, they're going to that open house tab we created. Open, juicy, open house. Well, they might not like juicy, but let's just say pretty open house. Okay. New construction. The Aiden is the name of it. Open in Harrisburg today. So Josh, I'm probably totally messing this up. You write ads all the time. I'm just writing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you almost can't screw this up, right? If you write something, it's going to be shown so many times that you should get some clicks, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. The idea here is to take massive action. And so, yeah, I could spend a half an hour and break all this down, and at some point we will, but that's not the point of what we're doing now. The point is to show you very quickly how to get a bunch of traffic to an open house, basically. So, yeah, I might throw in some best practices, but
Learn more about the models and why now is a great time to buy new something. That's off the top of my head.
yeah, okay.
So do your body copy.
Yeah, two quick. Well, since you started, ideally the best sort of template to follow with a Facebook ad is if the title can ask a question and the body deliver a benefit. That's a best practice. Again, not there. You go. That's beautiful. Need a new home? Question mark. In the body, for real estate specific. There you go. For a real estate specific ad in the body, a lot of times I will do my best to, at the very end, put a phone number, because generally speaking, I've never seen Facebook deny an ad that had it. That was a real estate specific ad. And it's a way to get a response from the people seeing your ad without it costing you anything.
And we could have also used the QR code, Josh, that for the image here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so QR code.
Remember.
Yep, sorry.
Should I grab that? Because RealBird gives us one.
Yeah, might as well.
Remember?
Another, yeah, so
Yep.
that would be great. And another one is if you can get a good picture of the front, if you've got a house that's got good curb appeal and you can get a picture of the front on a nice blue sky day, that blue sky just like leaps off the page in these Facebook ads. And so it definitely draws attention. But we have seen over and over and over, click-through rates with a QR code is fantastic. And the other huge benefit is if someone scans your QR code, again, you're not paying for a click, but you're getting a visitor. So you're getting a free visitor. So then your ad has two ways to get traffic absolutely free. One, your phone number. Ryan, you won't get away with the all bold.
Oh, all caps?
Yeah, all caps. Yes, sorry.
And you can disqualify here, right? You can do 3-bedroom model home, right? You can get specific so that you don't get people clicking who might only want a 1-bedroom condo or
Right.
something. That just a thought. Hey, there's our QR code. Okay. So if people scan that, again, what Josh said, if people scan that, you're going to get a free click to the property. I actually took the QR code from RealBird for the main property site. You might want to take the time to go to goo.gl and create a QR code for that URL for the open house tab. Just a quick aside, but this will be sufficient for now. Age, Josh, you can choose an age range, right? So this is a model home. I think we're in the 250 to 350 range, probably maybe high hundreds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a little assumption. I'm gonna say this is somebody's in the 20 to 45-year-old range is going to be the target market for this property. I can leave all this alone, and I could target men or women if we wanted to, but we don't need to, right? We could target just married.
From what I know,
I think I
Ryan,
messed
I'll
up,
help
but
you
I
out. From
skipped
what I know
something
about
very
this
important.
neighborhood, you want to bump that age up. I'd go 30 to 55.
Okay.
Just because
So this is doing this assures we're getting more targeted traffic,
yeah.
right? And I forgot here, I almost ran a national ad. I want to run an ad local, right?
Yes.
For
And
Harrisburg. Just
I
a
would
side
do
thought.
include within 10 miles, not 50.
Okay. So 40,000 people who use Facebook between the ages of 30 and 55 who live within 10 miles of Harrisburg can see this ad. Facebook users, and we know that half of Facebook users log in every day. Is that the stat?
Oh man, let me think here. It is.
I think I heard that.
Yeah, and it's crazy. The average user checks in 40 times a month, and the average user spends like 45 minutes on it a day or something ridiculous.
Right. So I'm getting rid of the married thing to see if we can expand our reach. But we're in the tens and tens of thousands. Harrisburg isn't the hugest area. It's a mid-sized metro, but 100,000 people can see that you're having an open house. Oh, I forgot the most important part. Wow. Open house today, 2 to 5 p.m., right?
Yep.
Okay, we almost forgot why we were doing this in the first place. There we go. Open house today, 2 to 5 p.m. All folks, we want a new campaign, right? Wow. How do I set up a new one here? Here we go. Create new. And the campaign name is Open House. And we can set our budget per day. So we'll go with 25, Josh.
Yeah. There's already
Fine.
one called Open House, so do Open House Aiden.
Okay. And if I want, I can just say, hey, just run this thing till later today, right? So that I don't end up paying a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it to run every day. So let's finish this thing off at thing's giving me a hard time. There we go. 1 p.m. Pacific. Okay, so it's only going to run for like for about the next 2 hours. And we're doing Pacific. We're on the East Coast, so it's going to start running right about now, and as soon as they can get it going, and for a few hours we'll let it run because we're not in the mood to spend a ton of money today.
You're in
might want to let
July,
this run all the time,
Ryan.
but-
You're in July.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thing's not being nice to me. It really wants me to click over to June. All right, here we go. There we go. Okay, and we can review our ad first and just click place order, right? I skipped over the bid amount really quick. Let's see. Our text contains an invalid character.
Probably can't use the pound sign, and you probably can't use the equal sign, and you're missing an F.
Thank you.
I know you can use quotes. I've used those before.
So some people are probably going to ask, they always ask it, I went right in the middle of the suggested bid. What are your thoughts on that, Josh?
I go 2 cents over the minimum, so I'd do $1.18.
Okay.
And this is an
Okay, so
instance.
and now all we need to do is wait for.
Go ahead. I just wanted to explain the difference. You can bid
I was
on
going to say, we just need to wait.
We must have an awful delay today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we clearly do. So what I was just going to point out is, in most cases, you want to bid on a CPC model. But if you just want to get exposure and just want to see people seeing your ad, which this is a case where that might be accurate because you've got a QR code and you've got a phone number, you could possibly do a CPM, which is, in that case, you're just paying X amount per 1,000 times your ad is shown to your targeted audience.
Okay. So let's let this thing run, right? We're going to wait for Facebook to approve it. And what are you seeing for how much time that takes?
It's all over the board. Sometimes I'll
Yeah.
get
Okay.
approval in minutes, and sometimes it takes 24 hours. It's just all over.
Okay. So I'll just leave that with just this, just a thought. If you have a bunch of listings and you're a broker and you want to have a lead generation strategy for your whole office, you could only advertise Saturday all your open houses and probably generate a whole bunch of leads using the pop-up technique. I would argue that could be your whole budget. It's something to try. Um,
The first time I
you
used
know,
this strategy, and a disclaimer, this is no guarantee that this will happen if you do this, but the first time I used this strategy, which is what I posted yesterday to the blog, I sold the property before we even got to the open house. I started running the ad on a Monday for a Sunday open house, and it created enough buzz that we sold the property on Saturday, never actually did the open house on Sunday.
right. And I guess a good thing to do would have been to collect email addresses for anybody who's going to attend, so you could let them know. That's just a thought. But,
Yeah, that's a good idea. I did not do that, but yeah.
okay, so yeah, that's just an idea. You can have a sign-up form like register for the guest list for the open house or something like that. For the register for the door prize. I don't know.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's lots of things you could do there, sure.
yep. Okay, and then let's jump over to Google AdWords, and you guys are all going to laugh at me. I guess Josh, once we're done, I don't even know what we have running now, but once we're done with this, we'll give people a link to the beta version of what Jeff is working on, the AdWords tutorials. Um, we basically have a new section of the members area that is going to have a bunch of tutorials on how to do AdWords. But you guys can watch me now totally mess this up. I haven't done this in a long time. So I'm logged in to adwords.google.com, and just to refresh, what we're going to do is we want to show up if somebody Googles Harrisburg real estate, right, Josh? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd love it if we showed up right here up top, which, by the way, you have your site showing up right here for Harrisburg, PA real estate for another Google ad you're running. But wouldn't it be great if we had a specific property address with an open house ad and people searched Harrisburg real estate and yours was the only ad that offered details about an open house today? Your ad would really stick out, right? I mean, everybody else is just saying homes for sale, search real estate. They're not doing anything different here. So you're probably going to get pretty good, hopefully you'll get good click-through for your money, is the thought. So back to campaign management. Where do I create my new campaign? Right down here in the middle. I click Create New Campaign. Open house. I'm going to go just the metro area. But it's not actually important, is it, Josh? We could just go all of US because it's just people searching our keywords that matter, right?
Right. Yeah, if someone's searching, as long as we do the keyword right, it shouldn't matter because particularly if you're in an area that gets a lot of relocation buyers who would be searching from outside of your metro area.
Yeah. Let's see. I picked a daily budget. I can pick the start and end. I'm not going to. Well, I better do that here, or we'll forget and spend a bunch of money, won't we? I'll just run it today. We'll leave all these settings here. We'll defer to Jeff's training. He can dig into those once we drop that link. And then let's hit save and continue. Harrisburg new home. Is that all right?
Sure.
I mean, really, we should do something that matches open house. We want to match the keywords in the heading. Open house today, 2 to 5 p.m. Excellent new construction. The Aiden. See pics. And then call, see pics now. See pics. So I'm going to try to end it with a call to action usually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get our display URL. We don't have a great one here, so we're just going to use, I didn't consider this. We want to, it's actually on RealBird in this case. So I think
You almost have to do listings.realbird. Yeah.
Yep. Listings.realbird.com. Google likes you to have it actually be related to the destination URL. So what I'm going to do now is grab this URL here. Hopefully it's not too long either. If it is, I'll show you how to get around that issue. You could just create a short link for that. And I'm going to go Harrisburg Homes, Harrisburg Real Estate. This is real. You can get really into AdWords and do a lot of different stuff. I'm doing just dead basic campaign here. 2 keywords. Let's estimate the search traffic.
For those of you asking for
saying I'm going to get
asking technical questions about this, as members, Jeff just created a step-by-step training on Google AdWords. So we'll show you how to access. Is that live yet, Ryan?
It's there. I just need to put a URL. I'll put it under the trainings system. Okay.
Okay. So for those of you who are asking technical questions about Google AdWords, we've got trainings in there.
Yeah, it's ready. I just need to remember what the URL is and put it on the site. And it'll be up under trainings 5 minutes after this session. I'll get it right up. Here's what our ad's going to look like. Harrisburg Real Estate, open house today, 2 to 5 p.m. Excellent new construction, agency pics. And there's the destination URL, the display version of it. And this will make a lot more sense when you go through Jeff's training. But the bottom line is that now you've got an ad running to thousands of people on Facebook, and you've got an ad running to thousands of people on Google, right? Anybody who searches Harrisburg Real Estate is going to have a chance to see your open house. You've got a happy seller. You're doing things. You're trying, and if nobody shows up for your open house, or they just don't like the property, you have a chance to capture them with a pop-up, with your Facebook fan page, and other lead capture offers you're making. You've got the IVR number. This would be a great place to put your mobile code. And that's pretty much it. Josh, I'm going to stop there and leave it open for questions.
Okay. Mike, I don't know what link you're talking about. Sorry. It looks like this came in a little while ago. I don't know. You said send that link. I don't know what link. Jeanette is recommending TQC Communications for an 800 number. Full disclosure, no idea. Never used them. But Jeanette's saying that it seems to be affordable. Chris, I won't say your last name, Chris. And please accept this as tough love. You have 2 comments in here of stuff not working. It's not... how do I want to say this?
This support area.
No. He's saying, he's basically saying, oh, I'm talking to people and FB ads don't work in my area, or open houses don't work in my area. It's not the method, it's how you perform the method and the strategy. Any of this stuff we teach you can get results. But you have to take consistent action. You have to use smart strategy. So Obviously, some methods work better than others, but yeah, for whatever that's worth. Again,
Well, this
and
isn't
our
about
job is to
necessarily.
bring you as as many different perspectives and possible methods of this is called the Real Estate Marketing and Lead Generation League. So our goal is to bring you as many different marketing and lead generation methods that we can possibly expose you to, and you figure out which ones work best in your market, for your business, in your specific situation. Yep. Julie, great
And
point.
Josh,
You got to
if I can
keep
chime in, I know we
testing,
got the.
tweaking, and improving. Sorry, go ahead.
Yep, we got that bad delay. The other big thing I just want to stress is think of your open house as a list building opportunity. We mentioned that in the blog. So this isn't just about selling the open house, or getting belly to belly with a buyer tomorrow, which will happen incidentally. This is about a way to use the open house as bait to get more people in your database.
Another question came in about what 800 number are we using. That number in that ad is from Freedom Voice, freedomvoice.com. Been using them for a long time. They're pretty affordable, really easy to use, so forth. Each market's different. Mike, I don't know what you mean. In May 2011, is Facebook better than AdWords? I guess you're asking in the here and now, which is better? And this is a good question. Here, so let me talk about that for a minute. Here's how they're vastly different. And so for me to say which is better, I can't really. Facebook allows you to target demographics. And so you can keep displaying a message to the same group of people. Google is keyword related. So the people searching particular keywords will vary greatly by every day. So if you set up an ad and you run it for 30 days for a specific demographic target, that ad is going to keep showing to the same people over and over and over. But your Google ad is going to show to different people over and over because different people each day are going to be going on and searching the keywords that you are targeting. So again, to say one is better than the other, it's hard for me to say that because they each have different benefits. Which one do we personally like better? Facebook, mainly because it's easier to use, but you love Gil, and I love Gil too. But Jeff has done an awesome job of breaking down step by step, specific for our niche, our market, real estate, how to use AdWords and Google AdWords. So I hope that makes sense. I hope the difference, that explanation of the differences makes sense. They're both great. They both have those two sites, Google and Facebook, have the most eyeballs on the net. Okay, so those two sites are the 20% that are going to get you 80% of the results when it comes to pay per click or paid online advertising. Depends on the market. Oh, Julie asked, and this was a while ago, you briefly mentioned goo.gl as a QR code creator. You want to share that maybe real quick?
So you need to be logged into your Google account, or maybe you don't, Josh. Let's see.
I think you can create them without being logged in. You know what? I don't know that you can get the QR code without being actually logged in. I think you can create a GUI, but you might not be able to get the QR code.
There we go. Okay, so here are all the GUIs I've created. Some are only used short term, but basically what you do is you take a URL. So let's go get our open house URL. And if you put it in here and click shorten, you're going to get a really short, pretty looking URL that you can copy and use elsewhere. And the other nice thing is it's going to tell you how many times it's getting clicked. By today, within the last few hours, month, all time. I made one for our friend here because I just wanted to know how many people were clicking our QR code on our website. And this thing was clicked like 60 times. I had it up a day or two, and it was just our friend Lionel. But so it's good. You can really get some insight into what links are being clicked on your site, how much traffic you're getting at a glance.
Any other questions?
What else you got?
Any other questions? I don't have any other questions right now. Are we gonna make our announcement today, or are we holding off on that?
Yeah, just for next week we'll try it, right?
Yeah. So, well, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, so next week we're going to try daily adding as a member benefit. I think we touched on this next week, but every day next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at least, we're going to do a live session like this, but we're going to do it as more of a group sort of coaching session where we just jump right in and just take any questions and analyze stuff you're doing and try to help you get to the next step. So I don't know what anybody thinks of that, if you have any feedback, or we anticipate you can't show up every day, but if you can show up here and there whenever you need help, we figure it might be helpful.
And here's a question for those of you on. Our attendance is down today, and I know why. It's because I turned off the automatic notifications from GoToWebinar to remind people. The reason we did that is in anticipation of doing those 4 days a week, and we didn't want it to become annoying for everyone, knowing that most people aren't going to come each and every day. So for those of you on there, would you rather have that annoyance and that reminder, or would you rather just know that with the same webinar code, it's the same webinar code that you currently have, you can attend any day at 1 Eastern, Monday through Thursday? All right, the votes are coming in. Reminder, 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 reminder. Okay, remind me. Reminder. No one seems to mind that.
Okay.
Received, and Eric says we got 3 support requests for the reminders, even if daily. So I'll turn them back on. I'll try to turn them back on so it's not quite so repetitive. I think I can make it so that it maybe just sends 1 reminder. So I'll play with those notifications. I'm glad, because I know for me to attend stuff, I need those reminders. Otherwise I get caught up and so forth. So yeah, and the goal of that again is to better serve all of you, to take some of the load off of support, to be honest, and leverage the time that Ryan's already taking to work through some stuff, and to make it more than just what they currently are. So a combination of sort of coaching, strategy, and support, and doing it every day. And we're going to do our best every day to have 2 of us on between the 4 of us in the group: Ryan, myself, Jeff, and Eric. Yes, currently the time is going to be the same for all days. We took a brief summary. 6/13 is the date. So June 13th. Yes, 10 a.m. Eastern, or 10 a.m. Pacific, which is 1 Eastern. We did a brief survey on that. Of course, if we get a bunch of feedback that people would prefer to have one on a different time frame or mix it up, we can cross that bridge when we get to it, but for the time being, they're all going to be at 1 Eastern. Eric, we should take questions in advance and prepare for it, and then we can attend if it's something we need. That's a good idea, no question. Ryan and I would have to figure out where we would post, what topics we're going to cover that day. That becomes a little bit tricky, but the idea is we'll take anything from support and make sure we're covering that, or new stuff and make sure we're covering that, and then it's basically open Q&A, open coaching. And we will be recording all of them, Julie. We'll be recording every day and posting them. So the idea would be we're going to... the idea would be we'll record every day, and in the recording area, we'll bullet point out the main topics that were covered, so you can see if it's one that you want to go in and consume. Because we realize, again, everybody's at a different spot. Everybody has a different frame of reference. Everybody's at a different point in their education and their business. And the last thing you need is to spend an hour on stuff that you already know, you're already doing, you're already implementing, or something like that. So we want to add it as a benefit, but not make it overwhelming at the same time. Well, that's a good call. We can try to do that, posting it to our fan page, the topics that we have. That's a good idea, actually. That's a really good idea. The Wednesday sessions will not change in that. I mean, we'll still be doing sessions on Wednesday, and the structure of the sessions probably won't be that much different than what the current Wednesdays are, just offering them more frequently. Joe is a good point. Joe, so here's what we're deciding between: making them all just open, no specific topic, or having a different focus each day. And Ryan and I are still going back and forth on that, and that may end up being how it is. So Joe said, have one day for beginners, another day for advanced, maybe one for traffic generation and so forth. And so we're still kicking that around to figure out the best way to do that. And we would still, if we do that, we'd still have one general session every week. Ryan, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I just figured in closing, we just let people know we've got a new worksheet on the homepage. Did I mention that already?
No, you didn't.
So check it out. Give us feedback. It might be a work in progress. Still have more to add to it, but let us know if you think it's helpful or not. It basically lays out creating a system from front to back using the 4 phases that we talk about, and you basically go through and fill out what you're going to do for each thing. It's just sort of a planning, a tool for you to use. Okay.
Yes, this is all a work in progress. Great point, Mike. Laura, you guys rock. Thanks, Mike. And Jeff. Oh, he throws in Jeff. That's nice. Laura, hit us up in support. I'm not trying to duck your questions, or it'd be a great for Monday session. So, whatever. We're on. Let's talk about it. So her point is the stair step into advanced. I understand that. What niche markets are hot right now? That's a little bit market specific, but certainly foreclosures and short sales in most markets in the U.S. are still hot. but I think it's less about. There's a fine line between picking a niche that's hot and doing something that you're going to enjoy and be excited to do. So Ryan, I don't know if you want to chime in there on the niche stuff. That's kind of your cup of tea as well.
Yeah, just anything that nobody else is doing in your market that's going to make you money. So I know that's pretty big, but I still think that if you can do offer live tours of distressed properties, it's probably going to be the quickest way to make money.
And it doesn't even, not even the distressed property. Let's say you're in an area where new townhouses are still flourishing. Well, then do that. Do a live tour of new townhouses. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So just offer information about your next tour, and then email people whenever you're ready to do one. Throw together 3 or 4 properties and do a live tour.
Extremely effective. Does it take some work? Absolutely. But sorry, you're not going to get around the work one way or another. And so it's extremely effective. You can get in front of a whole lot of people. You can leverage your time. You can start building relationships with many different people. So yeah, good stuff. Chris says he had moderate success with a distressed home tour. I don't know how you quantify moderate, but yep, there you go. You're slacked off. If you got to do it consistently, and you got to keep in front of those people. Even if you met somebody at a tour, most people aren't just going to buy from one tour. So they may come on multiple tours, or you get them in your drip campaign, and you just keep following up until they're finally ready. Video tour. Yes, video tour is good too. Mike H. Yes. Are we done with Fuse Meeting? Yes, that was a that was a bomb. We're not using Fuse Meeting. We'll use GoToWebinar. Chris, hot for the Canada market. I'll be honest. We don't know the Canadian market as well, and so I'd love to get some feedback from other folks in Canada. The financing is different there. The markets are different. Foreclosures and short sales aren't big. So again, I think it's a matter of knowing what's going on in your market and taking a different angle at whatever is hot. So if condos are hot in your market, because some areas of Canada, I'm sure, have lots of condos, and some areas of Canada probably don't have any.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
No, hey, in some areas that may be the way to go. Just take rental listings and take fee. Getting paid and not having to go through a closing and getting bank docs and all that stuff is definitely something to consider. Sorry, quick money, exactly. We've been sort of rambling here at the end, but we'll make sure that reminder emails go out for Monday. It'll be 1 Eastern, same webinar link as always, but we'll make sure that we get the reminder emails out as well. Anything else no, nothing tomorrow. We're kind of just getting our ducks in a row for next week. Anyone else for the good of the order? We're hanging on your every typed word. Anyway, everybody have a great rest of the week. If you need something before Monday, you know where to find us in support. And, oh yeah, is that this Sunday? I'll be a son of a gun. Forgot. Very good. Maybe our third will come on Father's Day. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be a cool little gift. We'll see everybody on Monday.
Thanks everybody.